Hello, welcome back. My name is Sean Walrus. I'm a bass guitar and music coach. And today we are reacting and analyzing for the first time Beyond Creation by Earthborn Evolution. Or is it the other way around? Earthborn Evolution by Beyond Creation. One of those. This has been highly requested by some of you guys, especially in my Gojira videos, so I'm presuming it has some sort of a progressive quality to it, which is maybe why you guys suggested it to me. As you can see, the space is a little bit different. This is sort of an interim setup that I got going. This is just so we get our home moving arrangements done. So I have been kind of busy trying to arrange for the house move and looking for places and putting our place up for sale and things like that. And I'm really excited because in the new place, definitely I would want to invest and put my money where my mouth is. If I say I want to do this content creation thing full time, then I have to invest. So the plan is to get a studio done up with acoustic treatment and the works and a nice looking setup so that I can perhaps increase the production value of my videos and continue bringing you guys kick-ass content that's nerdy and fun. So I appreciate your patience, your understanding, your support in this time. I probably won't be moving into the new place till early next year, so because the process takes months and months, as well as the renovations and all that. So until then, I hope you guys can bear with me while we go through various interim setups. After this, I'll be moving somewhere for a couple of months while waiting for the new place to be renovated and all that, and then only I'll be moving to the new place, hopefully in 8 months or less. So thank you for your patience. As always, I'll be listening out for the bass lines, the rhythms, the arrangements, and the composition. So let's check this out. I need to find out whether Beyond Creation is the name of the song or the name of the band. Okay. It looks like Beyond Creation is the name of the band. Let's check out what makes this song musically interesting. Let's go. Okay, that's interesting. Very percussive guitars. Sounds like a 4/4 so far. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. A bit of a half-time thing. Whoa, nice. Is that a fretless bass? Very, very interesting so far. Certainly musically interesting. Alright, so they've been in a 4/4 the entire time so far, and it sounds like they were in a like a G minor key, and the notes that they were playing so far seemed aligned to the G minor, or in other words, the G Aeolian mode, or the natural minor, many names for the same scale. I love how they did the very percussive approach. So not only were the guitars sort of percussive from the start, even I think the bass had various notes arranged within a short time. So he had to navigate quite a number of notes, and that provided a little bit of a percussive feel as well to me. Yet at the same time, maybe paradoxically, it sounded like it was a fretless bass. Of course, from the video, you can't tell. It's a bit too quick. I still do see frets along the fretboard, but it could be printed or painted on. So in terms of the sound, it has a bit of a fretless bass kind of quality, just the way it navigates from one note to another. Very cool tone. I thought I saw maybe Kiesel guitars being used, and I loved how throughout the entire time, even though the bass and the guitars were going pretty busy, the drums just kind of held down a really simple halftime sort of groove, like something along those lines. And I love how he created that framework of rhythm within which the other instrumentalists can be free to explore and express themselves. So I think that deserves another listen. So let's hear that again from the start. Really cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a 4/4. Cool tapping technique. Nice. It's basically going an arpeggio there. So the drummer is holding down the beat, just busy with the cymbals. Very cool riff. Lots of tapping going on. Just hanging around those two chords. Whoa. Two different vocalists. Oh, same guy. Oh, nice. The bass line has changed. Woo. Cool bass lines, bass fills. Alright, so the chords that they were doing, basically an E flat major down to a G minor. Which makes sense because the E flat is within the G minor scale, which goes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the flat six of the G minor happens to be that E flat major. I love how they use both a major and a minor chord, and it's almost 2 minutes and they've been still on the same underlying chord progression. Just two chords. It's just that within those chords, they did really different stuff. So as a bass player, so you might stuff like that. I mean, I don't know if they were doing exactly that, but what I meant was they were navigating within the G minor Aeolian scale and using that as the building blocks for their riffs, for their fills. And I thought that was really cool. And of course, those vocals, man, really nice. It seemed like there was a low kind of guttural growl or something at the start, and then it hit those really high highs. I'm not a vocal coach, so I don't have the best or the most accurate terminology for vocal training and the craft of vocals, but it sounded somewhat like something like a false chord scream, which uses the false vocal folds in the vocal tract. I thought that was really cool, and it was so different and contrasting, the tone of the vocals, that I thought maybe there were two different vocalists until maybe the video kind of gave it away, showing this same guy doing both of them, which I think is really cool and probably very difficult to do live, especially if you had those really intricate, guitar lines to play while executing your harsh vocals. It's just so much to think about. And not only that, live, you'd have to think about stage presence. You're probably thinking about, engaging with the crowd. You got all your tech stuff to think about. You got maybe the lights in your face. So just different factors and considerations going on. I think it's gonna be pretty hard to be that front man executing all that live. So that's really cool. Let's continue. Nice. I like that the guitar solo wasn't too self-indulgent. It was it's still tasteful. Nice. What? Blast beats goes for that. That is really cool. So definitely unexpected, and I love it because we're here for all the unpredictable, unexpected surprises that music can give us, and that was one of them, which was when the drums came in with the blast beats. Wow, interesting. I didn't expect that because when the guitar came in with that tapping part, it sounded like everything was dipping, maybe like to a low bridge sort of a situation. And I mean, even the bass pattern was still a bit on the slow side. So even though the tapping was kind of busy, the tone of the tapping, the volume of the tapping wasn't energetic in the sense that it didn't feel like the dynamic was going to go up. It felt like the dynamic was low or maybe going even lower. So when the blast beats came in, you know, and that created just a huge surge of energy right in that moment. Pa, 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 pa. You know, so I thought that was really interesting, really contrasting. I enjoy contrast. I wouldn't say it's the most accessible thing to listen to. It's not like you could get anyone off the street, let them hear that section and they'd be like, oh, I'm into this, you know. So unless they're like us, you know, people who are into fun and nerdy music stuff. So I thought that was extremely cool. Let's go back a little bit and hear that section again and just hear how those blast beats came in. So it felt low, right? So maybe okay. And even the chords are melodic and melancholic, so you wouldn't expect blast beats to be behind that. Sounds like a E flat, F, G minor. Yeah. Cool. Nice. So they're both virtuosos. In fact, all of them are. That included a lot of outside notes. Very chromatic type of chromatic note choices. Very nice. All that tremolo picking. That bass, wow, his bass parts have a certain classical music quality to it. And I think that helps with the fact that it's a fretless, which it probably is. Nice. Wow. Crazy how they ended off with that blast beat section again. So cool. So they stayed in the G minor the entire way. So towards the end, I think the latter half of it, they did I think they did a C. Something like that, which was a very sort of a rising type of chord progression. So it starts on a C minor, it goes up to that E flat major, which then kind of goes up again to the key center, which is that G minor. So they continued that for a couple of times which provided a real building sort of impact because of the fact that these chords were like building on top of one another and progressing almost in an upward direction. And towards the end, they ended off with that crazy part with the blast beats. I don't even know what you want to call it, but I'll just call it that really surprising bit. And that was quite lovely. So thank you so much for this recommendation. Thank you for joining me on my Beyond Creation journey. Let me know more about the band, the gear they use. I thought I saw some keysels. Help me confirm if the bassist is using that fretless. And also tell me more about the band, how they came about, the members, their influences, whatever you can think of. I love to know more about this band because this is the first time I've ever heard of them or heard their music. So I think they're worth checking out, definitely. Let me know if you have any other songs you want me to react to. And if you enjoyed this kind of a musical breakdown, you know what to do. Smash that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss my future Reactionalysis videos. If you want to be part of the Bass Coach Walrus community, get early access on videos, vote on future reactions, request for songs, join our awesome Discord chat. My Patreon link is in the description and on the screen right now. So thank you so much for geeking out with me today, and I will see you in the next video.